Hello students, welcome to section 8. In this section we'll be learning how to solve quadratic equations using completing the square method. So as you all know that 4 square is equals to 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a square root of this equation, and once I take a square root, what happens is that this cancels out and this becomes root 16. So I get the answer as 4 is equals to 4. So similarly, what we need to do to solve quadratic equations using completing the square method, we need two terms, one that is a complete square and one value that is here which we can under root. Now it is not necessary that the value on the right hand side should be a perfect square of something of some number, but it can be any number. All we need is this side with a complete square. Once we get this, we can take a square root of the complete equation and we can solve the equation furthermore. Now I'll take a question from our practice set 2.2, which we have already been solving, and we'll see how the solution is still the same. So I have here practice set 2.2 sub question 4. The question is 5m square is equals to 22m plus 15. So remember, we need to get a square term here and some value here. So before we start, we're going to bring this equation to our standard form. So we have 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equals to 0. And we are going to compare this side by side to our standard equation. So here I have am square plus bm plus c is equals to 0. So what we need to do before we start is we need to divide the complete equation by the coefficient of m square. So we're going to divide equation by coefficient of m square. So on the right hand side, we have to divide the complete equation by by a, and on the left hand side, we have to divide the complete equation by 5. So this is 5m square divided by 5 minus 22m divided by 5 minus 15 divided by 5 is equals to 0. And on the right hand side, we have a m square divided by a plus b m divided by a plus c divided by a is equals to 0. So on the left hand side, we can just simply cancel out 5 and 5. This is 1 this is 3 So I am left with m square minus 22m by 5 plus, or rather minus 3, is equals to 0. And on the right hand side, I am left with m square plus b by am plus c divided by a is equals to 0. Now once I get this, here's where the real concept starts. So we are going to compare these two equations. I have m square minus 22 by 5 m minus 3 is equals to 0, and here I have m square plus b by am plus c by a is equals to 0. Now what we need to do is we need to calculate the value half into coefficient of m. and we need to calculate the square of this particular value. So the coefficient of m here is b by a. So we're going to solve it in two different ways. First, we'll solve the right hand side. So I have half into b by a whole square, and on the left hand side I get half into my b by a value is minus 22 by 5 whole square. So this value comes out as minus 11 by 5 whole square, which is equals to 121 divided by 25. On the right hand side, you will get b square divided by 4a square. Now moving on. Once I get this value, I have to add this particular value to both the sides of the equation. So I have m square minus 22 by 5m minus 3 is equals to 0, and here I have m square plus b by am plus c by a is equals to 0. Now on the left hand side I have to add 121 by 25 on both sides. The reason we are adding 121 by 25 on both sides is so that our current quadratic equation does not change. And on the right hand side, similarly, I'll be adding b square divided by 4a square. So I'll add b square divided by 4a square on both sides. Now once I get this is m square minus 22 by 5m minus 3 plus 121 by 25 is equals to 121 by 25 here. And here I'll have m square plus b by am plus c by a plus b square by 4a square is equals to b square by 4a square. Now, once I get this, what I have to do is I need to move this constant value, that means this constant value, to the right hand side. Now we have all received all our coefficients from our standard equation, so we'll be solving only the left hand side for easier understanding. So I need to move my constant value to the right hand side. So I'll get m square minus 22 by 5m plus 121 divided by 25 is equals to 121 divided by 25 plus 3. Now there are two concepts that we need to remember. We have learned in our earlier classes that a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b whole square is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just solve this particular side for now, as we need to understand how to get a complete square on the left hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply write the terms from this equation below it. So here I have a square, here I have plus b square, and here I have a minus sign. I can see a minus sign here, so all I need to do is write a minus 2ab here. So once I get this, now I need to just compare the terms in order to get the value of a and b. So I'll be comparing a with m square, b square with a square with m square, b square with 121 divided by 25. So a square is equals to m square, which implies a is equals to m. And b square is equals to 121 divided by 25, which implies b is equals to 11 divided by 5. 11 divided by 5. Now, once I get this, we'll see how to make a complete square for any given quadratic equation. So in this case, I'll be just solving the left hand side so that it's easy for us to understand. So I have m square minus 22 by 5m plus 121 divided by 25, and here I had a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now we know that a square minus 2ab plus b square is equals to, this is equals to a minus b whole square. We know this, and from our previous slide, we just calculate what the values of a and b are. We know that a is equals to m and b is equals to 11 by 5. So all I need to do, I have to write a is equals to m and b is equals to 11 divided by 5. So this becomes m minus 11 divided by 5 whole square. So this quadratic equation can be turned into m minus 11 divided by 5 whole square. So this is how I complete one side, that is the left hand side of any quadratic equation while solving it by completing the square method. So once I can write left hand side like this, all I need to do is check what to do with the right hand side. So I have m square minus 22 by 5m plus 121 divided by 25. This is equals to 121 divided by 25 minus, or rather plus 3. Now my left hand side was m minus 11 divided by 5 whole square, and if I solve the right hand side, I'll get 196 divided by 25. Now remember, in the first slide, all we did was take a square root of our current equation and we will get the answer. As we can see, square cancels out and we have to root the right hand side. Similarly, in this case, we are going to take a square root and simply solve the equation further. Take a square root of equation. So this implies I have m minus 11 by 5 here, and I have under root 196 divided by 25 here. So I have m minus 11 by 5. Under root 96 is 14 and under root 25 is 5. And remember, we need to make sure that I have a plus minus sign, because as we learned in our previous sections, that under root 4 is equals to plus minus 2. So whenever I under root something, I get two values, that one of them is positive and the other one is negative. So once I get this, I have two solutions. M minus 11 by 5 is equals to 14 by 5, or M minus 11 by 5 is equals to minus 14 divided by 5. Now I'll be solving these simultaneously. So M is equals to 14 by 5 plus 11 by 5, or M is equals to minus 14 by 5 plus 11 by 5. So m is equals to 25 divided by 5, or m is equals to minus 3 divided by 5. So this 5 ones are, this is 5 fives are. This implies m is equals to 5 comma minus 3 by 5. You all can check the answer from your practice set 2.2 solution at the back of your textbook. I hope all of you understood how to solve completing the square method. In the next section, we'll be taking some more examples to make sure that we understand this method much more better than this particular section. I know this particular method is quite hard, so even if you did not get this at the first time, we'll keep practicing this so that you understand this as we keep on practicing. This section will end now. Thank you.